Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriyet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, text 46 onwards. So previously Krishna described when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress. So further progress means if he hadn't done enough progress in the previous life, and if he left his body after long practice, then Krishna's arrangement is he gets birth in a very family of transcendentalists from where he can take off from where he left previous life. So then he can start engaging again with determination and making progress. So further, Krishna says, Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi, jnanibhyo api mato adhikaha, karmebhyaschadhiko yogi, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Now, this is Krishna's opinion. Therefore, Arjun, in all circumstances, be a yogi. And yogi doesn't mean go to Himalayas only. Yogi means one who links his consciousness with the Supreme. Dhyan yogi who goes to the forest. But Krishna here is saying, be a yogi, because it's better than ascetic, just a tapasvi, better than empiricist, or one who just wants to know something, jnani, and greater than the fruitive worker, is definitely greater than any karmakandi. So this is what Krishna is saying, oh Arjun, in all circumstances, be a yogi. When we speak of yoga, we refer to linking our consciousness with the Supreme Absolute Truth. So linking our consciousness, that is yoga. Yoga means to connect. And connect what? Connect our consciousness with the Supreme Absolute Truth. Such a process is named differently by various practitioners in terms of the particular method adopted. When the linking process is predominantly in fruitive activities, it is called karma yoga. When it is predominantly empirical, it is called jnana yoga. And when it is predominantly in a devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord, it is called bhakti yoga. So karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. So where does dhyana yoga fit in? So dhyana yoga comes under karma yoga. See, Bhagavad Gita also 18 chapters. So first 6 chapters are karma yoga, 7 through 12 is bhakti yoga, and 13 through 18 is jnana yoga. Bhakti yoga is kept in the middle. It is explained just like something important, something precious is kept in under covers. So dhyana yoga is a 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So first 6 are karma yoga. So dhyana yoga is also part of karma yoga only. So out of these 3, which is better? This is how Prabhupada explains. That Krishna explains in the next verse, which is the last verse of Dhyana Yoga chapter. Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness is the ultimate perfection of all yogas, as will be explained in the next verse. The Lord has confirmed herein the superiority of yoga. So yoga is definitely better than any tapasya or knowledge. So empirical knowledge. So just studying the scriptures is not enough. By studying the scriptures, if one doesn't connect with Krishna, then what's the use? If one connects with Krishna by studying of scriptures, then it is Jnana Yoga. Then there is some connection. Otherwise, it just is a Jnani, not a Jnana Yogi. Similarly, karma. When we perform karma, with which links us with Krishna, there is a karma for the pleasure of Krishna. That is bhakti. Then there is karma which links us with Krishna. Means we can give donation for the temple construction or donation for devotees who are doing bhakti yoga or for any purpose that is related with Krishna. Then it becomes karma yoga. If we just give charity for pious activity, then it is karma phal tyaga. There is no karma yoga there. And if we are just doing karma, okay, I do go to my business, I do my karma, I do my duties very honestly, piously, then it's just karmi. There's no yoga involved there. Of course, people doing business, that's good. Making money, that's good. But they call themselves karma yogi. There is no yoga there. There is a linking with the Supreme. It's a karma. And very ugra karma, actually. People like to work 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day in their business or in their jobs or whatever they're doing. And scientists are doing research work, and it takes lots and lots of time. So that is karma, ugra karma. Where is it going to take us? If we in that ugra karma, if you're doing pious activities, they go in our record, and maybe if we do enough pious activity, we can go to the heaven forever. But then again, we come back and start all over. So there is no karma yoga there. So to become a karma yogi takes lots of efforts. And similarly, bhakti yogi. And then bhakti yogi means they are just dedicating everything for the service of Krishna. How they are dedicating? Bhakti yoga, we know there are 9 processes, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So one can perform bhakti while doing karma. So then he becomes a karma yogi automatically. Because in his consciousness, he wants to do everything for the service of Krishna. He can do his business, make money, do his job, make money, use it in the service of Krishna, use it for propagation of Krishna consciousness and other activities. Arjun, see, all these instructions are for Arjun, so he fights. He doesn't run away from fight. So is he doing karma only? After listening to Gita, he fought. So did he do only karma, and that too very bad karma? He is killing people? No. Is it only karma? No. Because Krishna says later on, fight with the consciousness of me, thinking of me, fight for my pleasure. So then the fighting also became bhakti yoga. Krishna won't be there if Arjun wasn't a devotee, not just a devotee, great devotee. Krishna won't be there driving his chariot. So even though Arjun killed so many warriors, Bhishma Dev he killed hiding behind Shikhandi, actually. But because this was all instructed by Krishna, this was Bhakti Yoga. He killed Karna. When Karna didn't even have his weapons. He had gotten down from his chariot. So according to the rules, he wasn't supposed to be killed at that time. But Krishna told Arjuna, kill him. So that was Bhakti Yoga. So differences there we have to understand. The subtle differences are there. The Lord has confirmed here in the superiority of yoga. So he says, yoga, become a yogi better than Jnani or Tapasvi or Karmakandi. But he has not mentioned that it is better than Bhakti Yoga. So any yoga, he says, do yoga. But Bhakti Yoga, superior is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is full spiritual knowledge, and therefore nothing can excel it. Nothing. Asceticism or tapasya without self-knowledge is imperfect. Empiric knowledge, Gyan, without surrender to the Supreme Lord is also imperfect. And fruitive work without Krishna consciousness is a waste of time. Waste of time, because even though one goes to heaven, he has to come back and start all over. Therefore, the most highly praised form of yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga. And this is still more clearly explained in the next verse. So this is the best form of yoga, which is Bhakti Yoga. And Krishna himself says, next verse, Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shuddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, and this is Krishna himself saying, Supreme Lord, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Yoginam api sarvesham. Api means beyond that. Of all the yogis, he is the best. Madagate nan taratmana. Madagat. He comes abiding in me, or always thinking of me. And anta atmana, within himself. And then what? Shraddhavan bhajate yoma. Bhajate. He has used this word, bhajate, bhajan or bhakti. With faith. He does all this with faith. Shraddhava. Or is full of bhakti. And one Same yuktatamo mataha. Yuktatam means he is perfectly situated. And Krishna says mataha. See, Krishna also uses some words which does create confusion in the mind of atheists. Those who are devotees, they have no confusion. He says mataha. Now, mataha means in my opinion, Krishna says. And there's another reason when he uses mataha means it's your call, whatever you want to do. Because he gives the choice. He leaves a choice. It's up to us. Once somebody asked Prabhupada, because Krishna used this word mata here and other places also, and that Krishna is just giving his opinion. He's not telling for sure this is what you have to do. And Prabhupada says, if a Supreme Court judge, he gives his opinion, it's actually his judgment. He's not just playing around. So this is actually the judgment of Krishna. This is like writing on the stone. You have to do it because this is the best. There's nothing better than that. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its root in the verb bhaj, which is used when there is a need of service. So bhaj means service. And Prabhupada explained the English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaj. So bhajan is not worship. There's a difference. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. That is worship. Like for demigods, the word used is worship. You worship the Devi Devta. Unki puja karo. But bhakti is used for Krishna. There's a difference. And also, even for Krishna, one can do worship. But then his mood is not thinking Krishna as my beloved, is thinking Krishna as a Lord, as a Supreme Lord. But then that is worship. And same Krishna, same person, worshipper, but when his mood changes from worship to bhakti, then that is bhakti. He's a devotee, also worships Krishna, but his mood is different. Consciousness is different. So worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For demigods, Devi Devta, we don't use this word, bhakti. No, service with love and faith. And especially without asking anything in return. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous, but one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being thoroughly condemned. Thoroughly condemned not by people in general, but by the scriptures. Means if one does not serve the Supreme Lord, then one's life is doomed actually. One might make lots of money. That doesn't make one's life perfect. Every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and thus every living entity is intended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own constitution. Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadahas. That is our Swarup, constitutional position. And if we don't engage ourselves, our life in that position, then what's the point? Failing to do this, he falls down. Bhagavatam confirms this as follows. Ya esham purusham sakshat atma prabhavam ishvaram na bhajanti avajananti sthanad bhrishta patanti yada. Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. So certainly, that is why Prabhupada used this word, condemned. In this verse also the word bhajanti is used. Therefore, bhajanti is applicable to the Supreme Lord only. So when Krishna says, Mad gate nantaratmana shraddhavana bhajate yomam, so that is only used for Krishna. Whereas the word worship can be applied to demigods or to any other common living entity. People do worship of political leaders, business leaders, cricket stars, movie stars. But that's only material. There's nothing spiritual in that. The word avajananti used in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is also found in Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti mam mudha. Only the fools and rascals deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Such fools take it upon themselves to write commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita without an attitude of service to the Lord. Consequently, they cannot properly distinguish between the word bhajanti and the word worship. They're not the same. The culmination of all kinds of yoga practices lies in bhakti yoga. All other yogas are but means to come to the point of bhakti in bhakti yoga. So jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ultimately it should culminate in bhakti yoga. Otherwise, it's not perfect. Yoga actually means bhakti yoga. All other yogas are progressions towards the destination of bhakti yoga. From the beginning of karma yoga to the end of bhakti yoga is a long way to self-realization. Karma yoga without fruitive results is the beginning of this path. Karma yoga without fruitive results, without even endeavoring, without even desiring any fruitive results, is the beginning of this path. When karma yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called jnana yoga. So even dhyana yoga, as I said, dhyana yoga is part of karma yoga. So that also has to lead to bhakti yoga. Krishna says, Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam samay yukta tamo mata. Means ultimate is with faith, love and devotion, one renders service. So that is the best form of yoga. When karma yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called jnana yoga. When jnana yoga increases in meditation on the super soul by different physical processes, and the mind is on him, it is called ashtanga yoga. And when one surpasses the ashtanga yoga and comes to the point of the supreme personality of God and Krishna, it is called bhakti yoga, the culmination. Actually, this is also called yoga ladder. Yoga ladder, the how to make progress up and up. So karma yoga, and then jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, and then bhakti yoga. Factually, bhakti yoga is the ultimate goal. But to analyze bhakti yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas. The yogi who is progressive is therefore on the true path of eternal good fortune. One who sticks to a particular point and does not make further progress is called by that particular name, karma yogi, jnana yogi, or dhyana yogi, raja yogi, hatha yogi, etc. If one is fortunate enough to come to the point of bhakti yoga, it is to be understood that he has surpassed all other forms of yoga. So either we take the yoga ladder one step at a time and try to make progress, or we take an elevator straight to bhakti yoga. It's up to us. Therefore, to become Krishna conscious is the highest stage of yoga. Just as when we speak of Himalayas, we refer to the world's highest mountains, of which the highest peak, Mount Everest, is considered to be the culmination. It is by great fortune that one comes to Krishna consciousness on the path of Bhakti Yoga to become well situated according to the Vedic direction. The ideal yogi concentrates his attention on Krishna, who's called Shyama Sundar. So Dhyana Yoga, one has to do Dhyan. The Supreme Lord Krishna says. So Prabhupada says, turn your attention to Krishna, who's called Shyama Sundar, who's as beautifully colored as a cloud, whose lotus-like face is as effulgent as the sun, whose dress is brilliant with jewels and whose body is flower garlanded. So wonderful person to concentrate on. Illuminating all sides is his gorgeous luster, which is called Brahm Jyoti. He incarnates in different forms such as Ram, Narsimha, Varaha, and Krishna. the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he descends like a human being as a son of Mother Yashoda, and he is known as Krishna, Govinda, and Vasudeva. He is a perfect child, husband, friend, and master, and he is full with all opulences and transcendental qualities. If one remains fully conscious of these features of the Lord, he is called the highest yogi. So bhakti yogi, Prabhupada said, one should concentrate on these forms, so this form of the Lord. And bhakti yogi goes beyond actually. Not just concentrating, not just meditating on the Lord. He goes to serve the Lord. He goes beyond. To serve the Lord, to cook for him, to clean him, to dress him, to clean him means to bathe him, to dress him, to garland him, to decorate him with paintings, with jewelry, and clean his temple. This is all service beyond just meditating on the Lord. And this is what Prabhupada has given us. It just took us beyond anything else, anyone else. This stage of highest perfection in yoga can be attained only by Bhakti Yoga, as is confirmed in all Vedic literature. Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve tatha kuro, tasya te katheta hi artha, prakashante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So Vedic knowledge is automatically revealed. So means he has already attained all the jnana that a jnana yogi might attain in many, many, many births. So bhaktir asya bhajanam. Bhakti means devotional service to the Lord, which is free from desire for material profit, either in this life or in the next. Devoid of such inclinations, one should fully absorb the mind in the Supreme. That is the purpose of Nash Karmya. Nash Karmya without any fruitive results, without any desire for material, so fruitive results. So we can say, well, I'm trying to do bhakti. Obviously, we are not perfect yet. We are trying. We are struggling. And I do have desires for material profit. Yes, so it's not pure bhakti, it's karma mishrit bhakti. So some karma, so those desires are there, which is fine. It is still called bhakti. It's not pure. So how to make it pure? We just keep on performing bhakti. Slowly, 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 those desires will go away. Just like the story of fruit vendor during Krishna Leela. So very, very poor Bhilini. She was a Bhilini. And she used to sell fruits. So she heard of Krishna and Krishna's beauty from somebody, and then she came to house of Nanda Maharaj with the fruits. Her idea was to sell the fruits and also to see the beautiful form of the Lord. But this is where Krishna's beauty, Krishna's charm, Krishna's influence, we can say Yogamaya also comes in. So she came and nobody was home somehow. Yashoda Maya would not leave little baby Krishna alone, but she had to go somewhere. So she came and she was asking, is there somebody who wants fruits? I have so many beautiful, juicy and tasty and sweet fruits. So Krishna comes from within the house. And little baby Krishna not wearing anything but the directions, it is said. So he came, he said, okay, Maya, give me fruits. Now he's so beautiful, so charming, and this fruit seller, she was also charmed by his beauty, by his innocence, by his words. She said, okay, take. Krishna said, no, I have to give you something in return. So what are you going to give me? He said, okay, let me give you some grains. So he went inside from kitchen. He picked up some grains in his palm. And by the time he came to the lady, most of the grains were fallen off from his palm. Of course, nothing can fall from Krishna's hand until he desires it to be so. So by the time he came to the lady, he had only a few grains left. So he said, okay, you take this and give me all the fruits. But although that lady came, heard of Krishna's beauty, but she wanted some money, something for her fruits. And she gave all the fruits to Krishna. And then she picked up her empty basket and started going back. And by the time she reached Yamuna, and she felt the basket is very heavy. And she looked at the basket, lowered the basket, looked at it. It was full of jewels and the diamond, gold, everything precious she could think of. So practically all her material miseries were gone. But she was so much in love with that form of Krishna she had seen. She threw away all the jewels, the basket itself in Yamuna. I don't want all this. So we might have desires or material profit. One who has seen Krishna, who has tasted the beauty, he doesn't want all this because he knows this will only distract me from real service. So he doesn't want all this. We are in such a situation, we think, if I don't have money, how am I going to survive? If I don't have money, what if I get sick? Who will take care? And this and that. Yeah, which is our material conditioning is like that, which is fine. But ultimately, Krishna, this is what bhakti is. Krishna will remove all the anarthas, all these desires and all these fears from our heart. Who's going to take care? Krishna will take care. Actually, he's the only one who takes care. Even if somebody has money, there is no guarantee the money will save him in any situation, whether health condition or other situation. There is no guarantee. But Krishna gives the full guarantee. So that's what we need. That's what we. Other than that, nothing else matters actually in this world. Honor, dishonor, poor, whether poverty or richness, education, no education, healthy body, not so healthy body, beautiful body, not beautiful body. It doesn't matter. It's all superficial. Krishna, when he is there, that's we need, and when he is there, we don't need anything else actually anyway. So that's what we should strive for. That's what we have to really, with determination, perform our service, perform our bhakti, bhajan, especially bhajan, the chanting. And rest everything. Krishna promises, I'll take care. Don't worry. So we perform this bhajan, this bhakti yoga, with more and more sincerity, determination. And then in the end, Krishna says, you come back to me. So I guess I can stop here. And this is the last words of 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And next Sunday we can start chapter number 7. So see anybody has any questions or comments.
Nice class, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, dhyan is also a karma. Sorry, Prabhuji.
It's
Yes,
part
Fateh,
of
go ahead.
Karma Yoga because first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga.
So people who are in Himalayas or in forest even today, they are doing karma yoga in that case.
They're in Dhyana Yoga, but yes, it is part of Karma Yoga in the sense because they have to do some activity or some desire is there. See, by meditation, Dhyana Yoga, one gets what? One gets, first he gets 8 Ashtasiddhis.
Mm.
1, 2, or all 8, and to whatever extent he has performed Dhyan.
Mm.
There are chances he will get entangled in those siddhis. So it is it's kind of karma yoga only. With karma, you get material benefits, and those siddhis are also material. So it distracts one from the main goal.
So when somebody is doing a chanting with meditation, transcendental mode, that is a bhakti.
Yeah.
So when people are doing tapasya, they may be chanting or may not be chanting, but they are not in bhakti yoga. Is that they are karma yoga? Is that distinction?
Yeah, because bhakti yoga, now chanting, when we are chanting, what are we asking for? In this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhupada explained this means we are asking for service of Radha and Krishna.
Okay. Mm.
So that service means what? Bhakti. But the
And somebody,
yogi is not asking for any service. And mostly he is not even meditating on the Supreme Lord, he's meditating on light or Om.
mm.
So how is it bhakti?
And somebody is just chanting Ram, 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 Ram.
Chanting is okay. Of course, perfect chanting is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Yuga Avatar he gave. Chanting any name of God is okay. It's not the best, according to scriptures and according to Mahaprabhu. But chanting is good anyway. Whatever names of Lord we are chanting, it's good. Now, in you must have seen videos of Shri Hit Premanandji Maharaj. They chant Radha Radha Radha.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
chant Hare Krishna.
yeah, Radha, Radha.
Is it bad? No, definitely not. Who am I to say Radharani's name is bad? No, chant. But we follow Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we chant Hare Krishna Mantra.
Yeah, I was bit just trying to see a line between when somebody is doing a meditation, is it really a karma or is moving towards the bhakti? And the examples are, I've seen couple of YouTube of Himalayas where rishis are there and they are, sitting on the snow without any cloth, And from years and years they are there. They get into a cave of the Himalayas. In the morning, just come out, removing all the eyes. So, does it to be treated as a bhakti or is to be as a karma?
See, bhakti is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pad Sevanam. That is 9 processes. Those are the processes of bhakti. So in this, where is any of those 9 processes?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And
Yeah.
bhakti also means to please the Supreme Lord, right? Do
That's
these
correct.
activities for the pleasure of the Supreme, not for my pleasure.
Yeah.
So, yes, yoga is good. That's what Krishna himself says. Better than Jnani, better than Tapasvi. To be a yogi, not just Tapasvi, be a yogi. So, that Tapasvi can be a Dhyana yogi if he is meditating on the Supreme. Otherwise, he is doing Tapasya. Yes, better than
In case of
Karmakant.
Dhruv Maharaj also meditating along with chanting for some desire. Later on, it's got converted. But initially, he wanted some desire.
Yeah, but there were differences. First, he was chanting Om Namo Naranaya. Oh no, yeah, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. I forgot. I think Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. So he was chanting that, and he was meditating on Lord Vishnu. He wasn't meditating on light. And then he had the mercy of his guru, Narad Muni.
That's correct.
So even though he started off with some material desires, as you said, but by the time, in only 6 months, his tapasya was so great, and only 6 months, the Lord came in front of him. And then when he saw the Lord, he said, I was looking for broken pieces of glass. Now I got the most precious diamond. I don't want anything. But the Lord said, because you started off with material desires, fulfill all your material desires, and in the end, you will come back to me. You will not get entangled in all the opulence I'm going to give you. So that is the beauty of Dhyana Yoga, but it was a yoga, complete yoga. It wasn't just tapasya. Because the Lord got pleased. That's the most important aspect. The Lord has to be pleased by our service.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Mata. Okay. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.